It's a coffee talk, guys. We haven't had one in a while, but I did want to answer some questions that people were asking. By the way, Halloween is next week. I'm super excited, mostly because it's gonna be Lila's very first time, but fun fact, it's gonna be my very first time because my family was anti-Halloween. It was the devil's holiday. So we weren't allowed to even open the door for people or like hand out candy, or like you had to act like we were all dead. Don't turn on the lights, you know, all that weird stuff. So, and then after that, it's like, I'm not gonna go as a grown adult. You know, I had to wait till I had a kid so I could finally go. So it'll be my first time. I'm not really excited though. The idea of walking around in the cold asking for candy is like, I could just go to the store and buy candy. I suck, I know.
If it was warm?
Huh?
If it was warm, is it a different story?
A little different. I still think the whole thing is weird. Like, I feel weird going to ask for candy, you know? I think maybe because I didn't do it as a kid that it, like, I don't have that like tradition in me. Whereas Christmas, I could do all the weird, silly, childish things because it's like, I had it. Always had it. That was God's holiday. So we were allowed to celebrate that one. My dad was always nice on Christmas. So yeah, that's weird, fun fact. Anyways, let's go downstairs and do our coffee talk. By the way, some of you have been asking about sit and talk and what happened. Nothing, I mean, what's gonna happen? It's not as easy as just turning on the camera, you know? Like, this is a new journey, a new adventure, and we gotta do it the right way. But speaking of the sit and talk, can you spot a difference? We added 2 things? Maybe more, depends on if you've seen my Instagram story. If not, then yeah, we've added a lot of stuff. We're still trying.
Just need stuff.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what to do there. We're not sure. It's like a blank palette. So when you have something blank, it's like hard to start it. Once you start it, then you bombard it, just like we did.
Give us ideas.
You know, yeah, give us ideas. We're up for ideas. We got a couple things to talk about. I'm gonna knock out the really repetitive ones. How tall are you? 5'9". How much do you weigh? Last I checked, 146. My scale's been broken for the last 3 months, so I have no idea. I'm probably gained a little bit of weight. I feel like I have. No more than 150, I'm sure. And now the one that has been asked over and over and over and over and over and over again. A laser update. So I stopped around 8 weeks treatment. I was supposed to do 12 weeks treatment, mostly due to summer coming and me sitting out and tanning and getting really, really nice and dark, which I'm losing that tan, by the way. A little sad about it, but that also means I can start up the laser again. I'm gonna do the full 12 weeks now. On update, when I stopped, I had seen about 50 or more % of the hair growth around my bikini area and my legs be gone. It was fantastic. My underarms were very difficult, stubborn. I don't know if I saw anything happen there. I don't know why. I kept doing it, nothing was happening. It was very discouraging because that's the main reason I got it, mostly for the armpits. But it didn't seem to do very well there. Maybe I just needed to do those 12 sessions. And then a lot of people were asking, well, what about regrowth? Did it regrow once you stopped? Not all of it, but some did. Some. Most of it didn't, and I'm convinced that's because with each treatment you're gonna lose more hair, but you can get to a phase where you've slowed down the hair growth but you haven't killed it yet, and I think I didn't fully kill those hair follicles and I stopped too soon, so those did end up growing back. But the ones that fell out from the beginning, because I remember I had a lot of patches around my ankle from the beginning, those are still gone. There's still patches. I shaved a lot less often this summer. He was pretty impressed because he's like, last summer you wouldn't shut up about it. I'm like, because I'm shaving all the time. And this summer I did not have to shave that often. I actually can say, I feel like I didn't shave. Except for when I turned into a grizzly. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I really didn't have to shave as often, and when the regrowth would come back, it was not as noticeable. So when I'd be like, oh shit, I didn't shave for like 3 weeks, I would look down and be like, it doesn't even look bad.
Yeah,
so
we'll be in the car, it's like, yeah.
Like, damn, turn around, let's go back home, I gotta go shave. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
And this year's like, you're okay.
Yeah, this year I kept like, does it look bad? No, I can't see it. I was like, all right, cool. But this year I'm excited, or this winter, because I'm gonna do the entire 12 weeks. Now, the thing with home lasers, they're not as strong as like if you go and get it professionally done, so you do require more treatment. And then in between, there's maintenance. So say I finish my 12 weeks, I'm gonna have to do it at least once a month to maintain what I have. I don't think that's a problem because you're paying a one-time price. You're not going in and paying thousands of dollars. So once I start it and I'm deep into it, I will review it again. I just haven't reviewed it because, like I said, it's a summer off, and yeah, that's what happened. But I totally love it. I still think it's a great investment, and the fact that I can use it whenever I want, and even if the regrowth happens, I can still use it. That makes me happy. So was it a great investment? Hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. Now let's move on to the more important things, like carb cycling. I've been asked this a lot, like recently, and I did answer it maybe a year ago or longer. So I'm just going to cover it really quickly. I know a lot of people are not going to like my answer because in the fitness industry, they like to overcomplicate everything because it just sounds fancy. My opinion on carb cycling is it is 100% unnecessary. Now, if you think about it, what does carb cycling do for you? You go through a phase where you lower your carbs, you feel great because you don't have as much water retention, you look leaner. But then you're going to reintroduce these carbs back, and you're going to go back to what you were before you carb cycled, or before you eliminated your carbs. So it's not actually doing anything for you because, guys, at the end of the day, in order to burn fat, you must eat at a deficit. It's not carbs. Carbs do not make you fat. It's if you're eating at a surplus, then you're getting fat. But carbs alone are not the enemy. They're not going to get you fat. But carbs do retain water, and this is why they're so frowned upon. You eat carbs, you get a little bloated, you may retain water, and that's why people don't like them. But removing them does not equal fat loss. Who is this good for? Because at times, I guess, in your life, there may come a moment where eliminating carbs for a little while will be beneficial. Like if you're doing a photo shoot, you're a model, or you just want to feel really good. It will get rid of that bloat and puffiness, which is great. If you compete, as a competitor, when you remove carbs, when it comes time to be on stage, very close to stage time, what it does is it removes that bloat, that extra water, it allows your muscles to show through more, you look way leaner, and then you reintroduce those carbs back. But that is the only reason you would lower your carbs or do this carb cycling thing. If you're trying to just find a healthy balance, a lifestyle, you're not competing, you're not focused on that, you don't have a photo shoot to do anytime soon, I really think that carb cycling just messes with your brain. Like, you'll feel good because you're less puffy, and then once you reintroduce them, you get all, oh, I feel like shit, I feel horrible, and you're gonna get more sensitive to carbs the more you do that. So that's why I don't mess around with it. Just eat it. Have a balanced diet. Don't force anything to be out of your diet. That way when you do eat it again, you don't explode or not explode, you don't blow up like a blowfish or anything. And this is just my personal take. And yeah, carbs do, like, removing carbs, I knew people who would do this and they would get really sleepy, low energy, angry, and I just didn't want to be around them. And I would tell them, you don't have to do this to lose weight. It would get me so mad. It's like we wouldn't want to hang out with them because they were just so annoying. Eat your damn carbs, you know? But this is just my opinion, whatever. If you want to do it, go for it. You asked for my opinion. Don't get mad at me for stating it. A lot of people like to do that.
After Lila eats a bowl of pasta?
After Lila eats a bowl of pasta, she's the best baby in the world. I mean, she always is the best baby. But kids get cranky, you know? And I think a lot of times it has to do with lack of food, even though they don't want to eat food, which makes it really hard to be a parent because you're like, I know you're mad because you don't have any carbs or food in you, but you won't eat the food. It's like you gotta, like, force feed them. No, I'm just kidding. But, once she eats, her mood completely changes. It's amazing. It's for adults too. Same thing, you know. Pasta, yeah. She just had 2 bowls of pasta yesterday and she was in the best mood ever. She also missed her nap though, so I think it gave her a little too much energy. But it's okay. So that's my take on carb cycling. I just don't think it's necessary. I think if you know, like, if you're not competing, if you're not trying to get ready for a photo shoot and you're doing it short term, there's no need for it. Just enjoy your carbs. Next thing. Now, I am a lover of the Smith machine. There is no doubt about it, and I am not ashamed to say it. A lot of people like to discredit the Smith machine because it's considered assisted squats. And then a lot lately, people have been saying, well, isn't the Smith machine terrible for your knees and back? Well, every workout will be terrible for your knees and back if done incorrectly. Actually, free weights is a little bit more dangerous because at least the Smith machine will keep you from making oopsies. the free weight squats, if you bend forward, automatically bad for your lower back, bad for your knees. A lot of people tend to do that forward motion because of 1, lack of strength, 2, lack of mobility. So it's something that just happens. Now, if you jump on the Smith machine, and with correct form, you have to scoot forward on the Smith machine. You can't have the bar right under you. Your legs, your feet have to be in front of you so that you're not bending forward on the Smith machine, because that's awkward. That's gonna feel weird. You should feel it right away. It feels weird. It's almost like you're leaning back, you know, you're chill. And you won't hurt yourself at all, and you prevent these other injuries that could happen. Now, am I bashing free weight squats? Hell no. I love doing them, but let's get it straight. Smith machine is not worse for you. It is not more harmful for you. There isn't a higher risk for you. Yes, because it's assisted, you engage less muscles because you don't have to balance. Whereas like free weights, you have to use your core to balance that bar on you. You need to use your legs to balance. But on a Smith machine, the bar is placed there. It ain't going anywhere. So for that reason, you may engage less muscles. Should it really be discredited as much as it is? Hell no, because I built my glutes on that thing. When I was going to the gym in our small apartment complex, I didn't have free weights. I just had the Smith machine, so I used it, and I saw great growth. I actually started incorporating free weight squats again after I've already grown my peach. I think they're great, don't get me wrong, and if I had that available to me, I probably would have used that. But Smith machine squats are amazing. And here's what gets me annoyed most is that you'll see fit ass men, big beasts, using the Smith machine and no one says anything, but a girl uses it and it's a sissy move and we shouldn't do it. But guys can do it? Like, I don't get that. It's always from guys that come like, no, don't do that. That's a sissy squat. It's like, no, it's a squat and I can go low. And I can engage the parts that I want to engage. And it's amazing. I love the variety you can get with the Smith machine. So don't let people influence you and make you feel bad and tell you you're not a real fitness fanatic if you do the Smith machine. Because no, there's so many perks to it, benefits, and in my opinion, safer. So just my thought, I'm just tired of hearing people say, Florina, you're gonna hurt your knees on the Smith machine. There's no way I can do it if I'm doing proper form. And also for your back. There's no way I can hurt my back, especially if you watch me do the Smith machine. How forward I am. Look at my back. It is completely straight. It is perfect. You're not gonna feel it in your back. You're gonna feel it totally in your legs if you're doing it correctly. But like every workout, there's a risk to everything. If you don't do proper form, you can get injured doing the simplest things. There are people who get injured doing leg presses, which are actually pretty freaking easy. But things happen. Shit happens, you know? So there's a risk for everything. Just be cautious, learn form, make sure you're doing it right. And if you can't do free weight squats because your form sucks, jump on the Smith machine, you know? Like, forget what people think.
Be ashamed.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. Forget what they think.
Sorry, not sorry for the rent.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, not sorry. It gets annoying. Like, I'm so tired of hearing, oh, you use the Smith machine. You don't know what it is to squat. All this dumb stuff you hear. But in reality, like, look at my body, guys. I've built it very much from where my skinny little me is as built as I am. And I think I use the Smith machine probably 80%, right? I would say 80% Smith machine, 20% free weight squats. Like I said, I do love free weight squats. I know they are beneficial. But Smith machine is just as good, guys. Now, going back to the weight, this is the last one we're gonna talk about because you know how I said I didn't know how much I currently weigh. Well, having a weight goal, I get bombarded with this by clients, DMs, Florina, my goal weight is this, or I wanna gain 10 pounds, or you know, I wanna lose 30 pounds. And the problem with having a goal weight is that it's going to dictate how you feel about your journey. It's going to make you focus on one thing rather than the full picture. I say this, huh?
You never thought you were gonna be 150?
Yeah, I never thought I was gonna be 150, honestly. When I started bulking, I was pretty sure 5 pounds was enough. You know, had I stopped at, what would it be 125? Yeah, I wouldn't be happy. So goal weights, I feel, are just so irrelevant. Like, if you set a goal for like 30 pounds heavier, but at 15 pounds you look amazing, why would you do more? Just because that was your goal weight? No, right? So if you wanted to lose weight and you have a 60-pound goal weight to lose, but you lose 30 pounds and you look bomb, like you look amazing, but you're not satisfied because you have 30 more pounds to go, but then you don't look good at 30 pounds less, you know? And that's saying you reach your goal, cool, but I feel like when you start a journey and you set a goal weight, it does hold you back so much because you forget to look in the mirror. You have the scale. You wake up, the scale, I'm the same weight. Well, I feel like shit now. Instead of being like, damn, I have abs. Damn, my butt is perky. Damn, like, take a minute to be in tune with yourself. See your body. Take photos. See your progression. Don't allow a scale to tell you how to feel. I had a client, because I just sent this reminder of the scale is irrelevant to everyone, just to remind them, guys, don't focus on the scale. And she's like, you know what? I lost so many pant sizes. It's insane. I haven't lost any weight. And she's like, that's insane. Had I not read your message, I would have been very disappointed with myself because I didn't lose the weight, even though she lost pant sizes, Like, that's crazy to me. Like, I feel this stupid scale has so much control over how people should feel that it really does hold you back. And what happens is you progress, you get great progress, but because the scale didn't say so, you quit your journey. And then you say, it didn't work for me, when it's like, it was working for you. You were looking at the wrong thing. And I'm seeing a lot of people now setting goals with their weight all over social media, telling people, hey, this is what my goal is, this is what my goal is. And I'm like, that's very toxic for people who idolize you and then think that they need to reach that goal weight to look good, because weight looks different on everybody. You have to understand, what do you look like? Are you really thin? Are you really tall? Are you muscle? Like, do you have muscle? Do you have an athletic build? There's so much to factor in, and weight is gonna alter that and change that for so many people. Okay, so now the next thing, because people have understood, okay, Florina, you say don't focus on weight, then logically, let's focus on body fat percentage, which would be ideal, which would be great, except a lot of people are basing it or using a home scale for this. So very inaccurate, guys. So very inaccurate. I don't take shit that scale tells me seriously. And the reason for this is when you set up your scale, you have to put in your height. That is something that is set in stone, will never change. Your age will change with the scale, so you put that in there. And then your weight. But here's the thing, your body fat percentage gets based off of your weight. And the problem with this is, in the morning, before any food, water, you step on the scale, your body fat is going to be at its lowest, right? But then by the end of the night, the food that you've eaten weighs more. So now your body fat goes up and you're like, wait, what? How did I gain a whole percentage of fat in one day, right? Then you go to sleep and you wake up and that body fat percentage is gone. It went down again. Did you just burn fat overnight? No, not at all. And here's the reason why, making it more complex than just food. Say you're somebody who's trying to build muscle mass. Now, muscle weighs just as much as fat, but is much more dense. So as you see yourself leaning, your clothes fit looser on you, but you are building muscle definition. You can see biceps, you can see, some quads popping, and that's all great. You feel you're moving forward, but you've gained 2 pounds on the scale. Now, those 2 pounds are affecting your body fat, because remember, height stays the same, age stays pretty much the same unless you're doing it a whole year later. So your body fat is going to automatically go up because it's basing it off of your weight, saying, well, no, you gained 2 pounds, your body fat must be higher. There are some that are supposed to be more high tech, which, is supposed to know how much water you're retaining at the moment and your bone mass and all that. I still don't think it's accurate. I think mine was pretty expensive, and honestly, it's whatever. I don't take it to heart. It gives me the craziest numbers. I can literally step on the scale and get something different each time. So for that reason, unfortunately, tracking your body fat in small percentages is not going to do it. You need to give your body time to hit like a huge percentage, like say you drop down 2 body fat percentages, then it becomes a little more accurate. But if you're basing it off of a week's progress, it's like, you don't know what if the scale is just being crazy, at the time, or if you've actually made more progress. So unfortunately, you can't even base it off of that. I would honestly do measurements. If your waist is getting smaller, things are fitting looser, you're progressing. Take photos. That's the best way. That will never lie to you like a scale can lie to you. Scale just doesn't know. Doesn't know if you're retaining water, you got hormones, or eating food. So anyways, I think that's about it for this one. We're going to wrap it up here. If you guys love these coffee talks, Q&As, whatever, everything we've been giving you guys, be sure to hashtag love it so I know you love it. I can continue this way. Be sure to be subscribed. Hit the like on the video so I know you like the video. That helps too, guys. Hit the bell by the subscribe button so you're notified every single time I post a video. Sometimes YouTube likes to tell you, sometimes they don't, but you may as well have a 50-50 chance, right? It's better than nothing. Anyways, until next time, guys, bye.